What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Okay, guys, I did a part 1 to this Kevin Samuels controversy with King Kim and Malcolm Flex on Brother Ben X Network. That was part 1. And it was a pretty long live stream, 6 hours and 30 minutes. And again, I've only responded to a part of it. And I'm going to do that today because on this live stream, I was pointed out to by Brother George Macon that around the 3-hour, 25-second mark to about the 4-hour mark is where we saw some, really intense moments going on between some of the panelists, and most notably between some of the sisters. One of them came on was a person that was a detractor of Kevin Samuels, a light-skinned sister by the name of Joyce. But Kevin Samuels has some supporters, most notably Bina and another sister named Carrie. Now, for those ladies who were getting out of line on the panel, Carrie took the opportunity to check them, and the guys were just in awe, and many of the brothers on there was definitely defending Kevin Samuels about the problems that, black men have. Black women can't take any criticism. There's no kind of positive criticism. They look at all criticism as being negative, and which we already know that. We knew that before Kevin Samuels became popular, right? But their sister Joyce came on, and she had some real big issues that Kevin Samuels had it out for single moms, that, basically black women were the mathematically ugliest women out there, that men that made a lot of money had the right to cheat. And I think that's taken out of context. I think it's quite obvious to know that men that have a lot of money, a lot of influence, are going to cheat. Usually, that's what the case is. Women, most notably, understand that's how it works. If you don't believe me, ask the lead attorney, okay? He talks about it all the time. Athletes have contracts, things that are agreed upon as long as men do certain things, that they have other women, as long as he don't come back and get her, get somebody else pregnant or give her disease. Typically, with high earning men, this is something that is accepted. Bill Gates had a summer vacation every year with his ex-girlfriend all the time, and the wife knew about it. So these things are something that is actually the truth. We're living in the real world, okay? Men that have money and have power. Look at Aliko Dangote in Nigeria, one of the biggest players on planet Earth. This is what happens, okay? Women who are single moms. We talked about that. It's the truth. If you have a kid out of wedlock, your chances of getting somebody else are very few. It's not hating on somebody, it's just telling the truth usually, okay? Not that you can't do it, but that it's very minimal. But the sister that touched my heart today, her name is Carrie. She came on and she was having a lot of problems in her marriage. Her husband and her have 4 children. And COVID really knocked out his industry. And he was a breadwinner for many, many years, paying all the bills. She was a stay-at-home mom. And she didn't take into effect that the husband was going through a lot of mental trauma because of what was going on with the economy. As many people in America were, as many folks around the world were, right? Now, I'm currently right now in Uganda, and I can tell you that many people here suffered not only through the first wave of COVID, but now the second, all right? So this is what we have. But she never looked at how he felt, okay? She thought about, well, I'm gonna leave my husband. I got 4 kids. I'm gonna start over again. I can do it all by myself. But it wasn't until she listened to Kevin Samuels that she realized that, you know what? Wow, I have this wrong in a perspective. Because another woman came onto his show with the same situation that she had. And Kevin Samuels made her realize, because sometimes people can't talk to you directly. Sometimes you need somebody on the outside to tell you where you stand. And the woman had 3 or 4 kids, wanting to leave her husband. The husband was a good man. The husband was a great provider. And Kevin Samuels was telling her, listen, your likelihood of starting over is small because you're competing with other women out there in the world that have 0 kids. All right? You have a lot of time invested in this man. You have a lot of time invested in this marriage. Is the man a good man? Yes. Is the man a hardworking man? Yes. Okay, well, are you looking at how he feels right now? No. Okay, well, why not? And Kevin Samuels taught her that, you know what? I never looked at how my husband felt about things. I was never trying to be a support system to him. All I was thinking about is what he could do for me. But what Kevin Samuels made me realize is that I needed to put my penis away.
What do you mean by that?
I'm gonna say it again. I need to put my penis away. And that's what we're dealing with right now, because see, a lot of the people in the Nation of Islam, I know that some of the brothers was there. I heard that they was trying to compare him to Farrakhan, and I mean, and if that's true, I didn't hear them say that, but I heard that from another brother. If that's true, I really wish the brother would just stick to the positions and not try to compare people who shouldn't be compared to. If that's my suggestion, I don't know if that was said, I didn't hear it. But I want to say this. Kevin Samuels taught this lady that, hey, get into your role as a comforter. Get into your role as a nurturer, and you be the support system to that man and tell him, baby, I know you're having a rough day, you're having a tough time. I know that you're a good man. You've always provided for us. You know what? It's going to be all right. And I have your back. I'm going to support you and love these kids. Very few women in the world today will say that. And let me tell you something else. Many men around the world understand that. That is exactly why I try to tell men help one another. Because a lot of times women seem, and I'm not saying for all, but in cases that I've known, a lot of women in 2021 have become very fickle. You know? When things get rough and tough, fickle. And then when COVID came, it was even more fickle. Many of you guys found out why your wife was staying with you. She was with you because of the money. She was with you because you had a good job. You know? When everything is going okay, she's there. But then when Kevin Samuels comes in and teaches a lady like, hey, listen, you have 4 kids, no wealthy man that has options is going to come in and take 4 of your children, and you're 43 or 44. It's highly unlikely. And do you know what she said? Kevin Samuels saved my marriage. Everybody on there was in awe. Okay? And I'm going to tell you one thing that the manosphere does, and I've heard it from certain people. The black manosphere teaches men to speak up for themselves. It teaches black men to value themselves. No, we're just not guys who go out and just work for the hell of working to give everything to women. No, men deserve and are owed respect. If you can't do that, out. Okay? It's a new day. You got to respect what I do for you. If you don't want to respect it, you don't. Out. That's what I teach on my channel. I will teach anybody that. If a woman cannot respect what it is that you do for her, what you can achieve for her, let her go and try her luck somewhere else. But do you know what? Some women are coming to understand, you know what? My man is great. He's doing this for me. He's trying hard. No, he might have all the money in the world, but what he do for me, I can appreciate it. And let me tell you one thing. This is what most men are looking for. A woman who can appreciate what they're trying to do. Be appreciative. See, society has gotten so messed up with the Real Housewives of Atlanta and all the weaves and all of the sandals and all of the Birkin bags and stuff. And you women out there, some of y'all believe that you are owed that. You got 5 kids. So the reality show that made you think I'm gonna leave my good husband and get a man to buy me Birkin bags and sandals, and then till you go to the club and see how fine those girls are out there, and then ain't nobody gonna buy your ass a drink. You better stick with your goddamn husband. You didn't give him 4 babies? Okay, because it's tough out there. A lot of guys in today's market, they know they can have a lot of different women. They ain't trying to be tied down usually with other people's kids like that. It's the truth. But if you tell people that is wrong, so I want to say I appreciate sister. I believe her name was, I think her name was Carrie. I said right. She did an awesome job on that particular panel, just explaining what was going on in her life and how Kevin Samuels has helped her. And do you know what? Kevin Samuels has helped a lot of other people in the same way. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Dick Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell, check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out.